Greetings, math fans. All right, so this is day 1 of chapter 2. So chapter 2, day 1. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to start out with something that you guys are really pretty familiar with. It's basically solving linear equations. Okay, so solving linear equations. All right, and so what I mean by linear, because that kind of throws people off sometimes. Linear is like a line, and it's one variable. So one variable, which actually is really nice. Okay, so you're going to solve for x. So it could be any variable, but a lot of times we just have x in there. It could be a, b, whatever. But a lot of times we're going to just have x. Okay, so again, a lot of you guys know what you're doing with this already. Really, my goal here, math fans, is to get you guys to do it the way I want to see it done. All right. And if this is my first year teaching, I would say, yeah, I'm kind of thinking that maybe this is an okay way to go, or maybe it's not an okay way to go. But I've been teaching long enough to kind of understand mistakes that kids make and to show certain work that kind of ensures that kids get it right. Okay. So you might be doing some you said some work that you're like, oh, come on, I didn't do this, or this is a lot of work. You got to do it that way. Okay, that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for work in your homework, on a quiz, on a test, but I want to see this specific work because it just shows every step, and it's less likely you're going to make a mistake. Okay? All right, so let's start out with just a super easy problem. If I said 2x minus 3 equals 11. Okay? Obviously, we're going to add and subtract first, so we're going to add 3 to both sides. Notice I put the plus 3 below each of them, draw a line, and then that cancels, and I get 2x is equal to 14. Oops, equals 14. And then I divide both sides by 2, so x equals 7. And that's the work I want to see. Okay, so let's highlight what I want to see here. I want to see you add 3 to both sides, and then I want to see you divide both sides by 2 and come up with the answer. Okay? So, not bad. All right, so let's keep going here and try. I got a bunch more here. What if I do, here, let's do this one. If I do 4 is equal to 3x minus 8. Now, this is what I would like you guys to do, because right now you see the 3x minus 8 on the right hand side. Guys, I need to see the variable here for a final answer equals some number. I really want it to end that way. I really don't want to end where I have the number here equals the variable. Now you might say, well, Mr. Curvis, then I can just switch it. Okay, yeah, it's true, you can just switch it, but I'm almost thinking a little bit ahead when you start having inequalities and it's more difficult to switch. All right, so what I would like you guys to do is I would like you guys to see that 3x minus 8 equals 4 and say, you know what, I need my variable on the left side. So I'm literally going to take this, 3x minus 8, and put it on that side, equals 4. It's the same thing. These two are this exact same thing, except now my variable is on my left-hand side. Because, right, certainly 4 equals 3x minus 8, and then what 3x minus 8 equals 4. No matter how you look at it, they equal each other, okay? But I just want my variables on the left-hand side and all my numbers on the right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually start moving stuff over, just like my last problem, right? I'm going to add 8 to both sides, and I get 3x equals 12, and then divide both sides by 3, so x equals 4. Okay, not bad, pretty easy, right? Okay, so let's do another one here. A little bit more work, so 2 parentheses x minus 4 equals 10. Well, what do you do first? Guys, probably a lot of you saying, well, you distribute first. Okay, let's do that. So remember, it's 2 times x, and then 2 times negative 4. So we have 2x minus 8 equals 10. And then we show our work. Add 8 to both sides. So 2x equals 18. Divide by 2. X equals 9. Okay? Really not bad, right? Okay, so let's try another one here, just right next to it. Negative 2 parentheses x minus 3 minus 4 equals negative 8. So again, a little bit more stuff here. Okay, so we got distribute the negative 2, so we have negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. We still have this minus 4 equals negative 8. Okay, so as opposed to the one on the left where you just distributed and then move things over, I distributed, now I need to combine like terms. Okay, you guys remember that. So of course my like terms are just the 6 minus 4. So you have negative 2x, and 6 minus 4 is 2, plus 2 equals negative 8. Okay, and then we're going to do everything we did before. Subtract 2, so negative 2x equals negative 10, divide by negative 2, x equals positive 5. Okay, so again, the first problem we did is just move things around, adding, subtracting, and then dividing. The second kind of problem, which is got right here, we basically distributed and moved things around, and then this one's a little more complicated because we distributed, then combined like terms, and then move things around to solve. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at this one problem here, which a lot of you guys made this mistake on the last test. So 4 plus 2 parentheses x plus 3 is equal to 12. Now this is a really common mistake. What kids have done is they saw this 4 plus 2 and they said that's 6, and they wrote it as 6 parentheses x plus 3 equals 12. Okay guys, that is so bad. Okay, because that 4 is not in parentheses. It's not saying 4 times that x plus 3. It's basically saying 4, so you're going to do this 4 first, or I shouldn't say 4 first, but you're going to take that 4, and then you're going to add that to everything over here. Okay, so the 2 is the only thing that gets distributed. Not the 4 plus 2, just the 2. Okay, so let's kind of get rid of some of this stuff here. All right, so I'm going to say 4 plus, and it's 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 3 is 6. So that's what you get with that one, equals 12. And then I'm going to combine like terms, so 4 plus 6 is 10, so 2x plus 10 equals 12. And then I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. So 2x equals 2, divide by 2, x equals 1. Okay? So not bad, just be careful. Do not combine these together. They're not, only if it's right next to it, like that 2x plus 3, that's fine. But man, if there's a 5 minus 2, please do not say 3 parentheses. That is really bad. Okay? What about variables on both sides? So what if I have something like this? 2x plus 7 is equal to 5x minus 5. So I'm going to move, remember I want my variables on the left side and I want my numbers on the right side. That's just a good standard way to solve these problems. Okay, so again, variables on the left and numbers on the right. Okay, so I'm going to basically, to move the variables to the left, I need to subtract 5x from both sides. Okay, so now we're good, right? Because this cancels out, and I just have variables on the left-hand side. I still have a number on the left side that's 7, so I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. And so then so this cancels out, and I have negative 3x equals negative 12. Okay? And then I'm going to divide both sides. So we're kind of done with doing stuff here. We just need to move things around now. So I'm going to divide by negative 3. So you get x equals positive 4. Okay? Really isn't too bad. The problem is they get just a little bit more difficult, but really not bad. Again, when you're doing your homework, guys, please follow these rules. I'll actually list down the rules in a second here because I want to do one more problem, and it's got everything. It's got distributing, it's got combining like terms, moving things around. So if I did 2 plus 4 parentheses 3x minus 5 equals 7x minus 2 minus 3 parentheses x plus 4. Okay, whew, that's a crazy looking problem, but it's actually not bad. Again, please don't say 2 plus 4. The 4 is distributed, so I'm going to write 2 plus 3 times 4, or 3x times 4 is plus 12x, and then 4 times negative 5 is minus 20. Okay, equals 7x minus 2 minus, and really you're distributing this negative 3 to both those terms, so negative 3x and negative 12. Okay, so you got rid of all your parentheses. Now let's combine like terms. Okay, so for the left side, you're going to combine the 2 and the negative 20. That's the only thing that's like on that side. So I'm going to say 12x. 2 minus 20 is minus 18, or negative 18. Okay, and then for the right side, here it is, 7x minus 3x, which is 7x minus 3x is 4x. So equals 4x. And then negative 2 minus 12 is negative 14. Again, if you need to put in your calculator, do that and get it right. Okay, so it's going to be minus 14. So now it's pretty easy, right? I'm going to subtract subtract 4x from both sides and add 18 to both sides. So 12x minus 4x is 8x. This cancels. 4x minus 4x is 0, cancels. And then negative 14 plus 8 is 4. Okay? Then I'm going to divide both sides by 8. So x equals 4 divided by 8 is 1/2. All right, so that's like the biggest, nastiest one I could possibly give you. It really is. It's really not that bad at all. So I want to write down the steps, and it'll kind of be based off of this one here. Okay, but let's just check out the steps. Okay, so your steps. The first thing you're going to do is distribute. Okay, so you, whatever it is, 2 parentheses x minus 3, make sure you distribute the 2 with both those terms. Okay, so you distribute. The second thing you're going to do is, once it is distribute, you're going to combine like terms. Okay, combine like terms. So we combine all the x's together on the left side and the right side, not together obviously there, but all of them on the left side, and then you combine them all on the right side. All right, so combine like terms. The third step is move, and again, we talked about this before, move variables to the left side and the numbers to the right side. Okay. So the fourth step is now we need to add and subtract to actually this moving is adding and subtracting. Sorry, adding and subtracting. And then the fifth step is you're going to either divide or multiply. And that's going to actually give you your x equals blah. Okay. If you have a 2x there or something, then you actually didn't factor it or simplify it as much as you needed to. Okay, so anyway, so you got x equals, and they said divide. Let's just give you an example. If I said 4x equals 12, divide both sides by 4, and x equals 3. Okay, so that's dividing or multiplying. And it's sometimes multiplying. Let's say you have 2/3 x equals 8. If I multiply both sides by 3/2, remember you multiply by the reciprocal. Then you get x equals, that cancels out to a 4 and 1, x equals 12. Okay, so that's pretty much it for solving linear equations. Really pretty easy. Just got to follow the rules that I'm showing you guys to be successful, but I require you guys to show me the work, and then you guys are good to go. Okay, you cannot forget to show that work. Anyway, that's it. And like I said, you can use any variable you want. It's kind of your call, and you should be good to go. All right, that's it, math fans. Have an outstanding day. Adios. Goodbye.